Thank you, Chair. Minister, back to the CFMEU administration. We know that they're being paid out of the funds of CFMEU members. How much of members' funds will the administrator be paid for his time in the role for at least the next 3 years?
Well, I think Mr Manning has already indicated that under the legislation or the scheme of administration, the remuneration of the administrator is a matter for the Fair Work Commission General Manager, so I'm sure he'd be happy to talk to you about that when he appears today.
Okay, well, there was a leaked document that outlined the salaries of a few people. I understand that Michael Flynn, the former head of special projects at the ACTU, is involved in the administration. Minister, do you know what his role is?
My understanding is his title is Deputy Chief of Staff.
And do you know what his salary is?
No.
Well, according to the leaked document, which I can share for tabling, it's estimated that his annual salary is $330,874, which has increased from $110,000, so that's quite the jump. I understand Alison Curry, the former Chief of Staff to Bill Shorten, is involved in the administration. Do you know her role?
I believe she's the Chief of Staff to the Administrator.
Do you know what her remuneration package is? The estimated annual salary for her is $321,240. I understand Clancy Dobbin, the former advisor to Victorian Labor Minister Lisa Neville, is involved in the administration. Do you know what his role is?
I understand it's some type of communications role, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't keep track of every employee of the administration.
Well, we're getting there, but his remuneration package is $194,796. Now, do you know how many fee-paying members it takes to cover the salaries of these three officials? Just these three officials?
No, but I dare say it's probably pretty similar to the members' contributions that were needed to pay the salaries of two former officials who are facing corruption charges in New South Wales right now.
Well, I'm talking about these three particular officials, and on my calculations, it would be almost 2,000 members' hard-earned fees that they're paying their dues just to employ your hand-picked bureaucrats. How can the government justify this program of jobs for mates at the expense of workers?
Well, I'm not sure who's supplying these questions to you, Senator Payman, but...
Don't insult my intelligence and being able to put questions to the government, Minister. That's really not fair.
Well, so can I just interrupt?
This isn't about an agenda. It's
excuse me. Can I just interrupt for a moment, please? Sorry.
Sorry, Chair,
I didn't want to raise.
Not appropriate.
Didn't want. No, I'm not questioning your questioning. I'm just wanting to say something. They haven't got a copy of the document. We've only just approved it, so I've just handed the document up. So that goes to the issue that you were raising.
No worries.
Yep.
If I could refer the Minister back to answering the question, or you can just take it on notice.
What was the question, sorry?
How the government can justify this program at the expense of workers.
Again, we're probably getting towards the reason for the administration, which I can't go into because of the High Court case, but I refer you to the previous public statements I've made about protecting the interests of members of the union going forward.
As the Minister, have you met the administrator yet?
Yep.
How often do you meet with him?
My recollection is I've met him twice and spoken to him on the phone once. That would be... NCIF meeting. Yeah, that's one of them.
And what matters of public interest were perhaps discussed that you are able to share with us?
Again, I probably can't say too much about that. One matter I discussed, there have been general conversations about the progress of the administration, impediments to the administration, and I also called Mr Irving when it was publicly reported that he had received a significant death threat, because I thought that was the right thing to do.
Minister, in August of this year, the ABC reported that Comanchero bikie gang members were alleged to have threatened a CFMEU delegate on a BMD building site while claiming to be the directors of Host Group, which is a security provider. This matter was referred to the Fair Work Ombudsman rather than the police. Shouldn't allegations of criminal conduct be referred to the police rather than the Fair Work Ombudsman?
Well, I'm trying to remember exactly what the allegation was, but my recollection is that the allegation, I was certainly concerned, very concerned, to read that report, and it was the first I'd heard of that. You know, there have been allegations swirling around about the use of bikies by building employers and by parts of the CFMEU. There have been lots of those sorts of allegations swirling around, including in Queensland. But I'm pretty sure that report was the first time I'd seen anything publicly written up about the use of bikies in Queensland. My recollection is that the particular allegations that were made in that report were more of the type that the Fair Work Ombudsman would investigate rather than police. Of course, if there's criminal conduct being alleged, then the police should be involved in that. And I can't remember if you were in the room, Senator, when earlier I talked about the evidence given by the AFP last night. But I think it's pretty clear from what they said that they are investigating the involvement of bikies in this industry.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting to see if Operation Rye looks into this matter. But has any particular action been taken since this referral in August?
You'd probably need to ask the Fair Work Ombudsman that.
No worries. Okay, we will leave the rest for the Fair Work Ombudsman.